Hey, this is Brad Rollins with Fairview Garden Center, and this is the time of year where we start to see a lot of crepe myrtles that have been topped, or the main branches have been cut off way too low. This is a practice that is not necessary. There is no benefit to the plant to be pruned like that. It's actually detrimental to the long-term health of the plant. Why do people do this? I think a lot of people see landscape companies doing this. I think people are trying to reduce the height of their crepe myrtles. If you are having to reduce the height of your crepe myrtle because it's growing into your house or for whatever reason, you really should remove that plant and put a shorter plant at maturity in its place. What we can do for pruning crepe myrtles is if you want to reduce height, you can prune back on wood that comes back to the diameter of a number 2 pencil or close to your pinky. Also, remember the 3 Ds. That would be dead, diseased, and deranged. You can remove those branches at any point during the year. Dead wood, any diseased wood, or what I mean by when I say deranged is any branch that's growing back inwards or in any other direction aside from the normal form of the plant. So this crepe myrtle here has really been neglected for a long time. We're really just starting to kind of bring it back. I've got a really good example here of what I'm calling a deranged branch. This guy right here is crossing over this main trunk, and you can see that they've already grown together in this space here. If this plant were a lot younger before they had touched and grown together, I would have removed this guy all the way back at the base, back in here. But you can tell it's crossing over this trunk, this trunk, this trunk, and this trunk. And what that does is it creates wounding in there, which is a great entry point for fungus, bacteria, or insects. So this is a crepe myrtle that was pruned improperly several years ago. You can tell that these main trunks were cut off right about here. The old remains of the old trunk are still decomposing here. The wounds haven't healed over properly. And when they were pruned like this, the plant responded by sending up multiple shoots from the spot that they were pruned in. This is exactly what we're trying to avoid. Ideally, we would come back in here and clean up, again, these crossing branches. You can see these shoots have crossed over one another, as have these. If this were the first year after they were pruned, this could have been done during that first summer as they were responding. But this is exactly the reason why we want to avoid topping crepe myrtles.